Heaven knows, in the long career of this band, Cloudstreet, we've had beautiful melodies. You're banned from this venue. The band, Cloudstreet, gives us lovely melodies, beautiful harmonies, songs about bizarre things, some original, some traditional, and an interesting choice of footwear. I mean, what more do you want? Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the last act for the festival this year, Cloudstreet.
In honour of the nearby Woodford Correctional Centre, this is a song about a prison break. If there's anyone... Oh, no.
One day she sailed off to Western Australia. She took 6 poor Fenians away. 7 long years they had served here, and 7 long more had to stay. For defending their country, old Ireland, they were chained and transported away. Australia, till their hair it began to turn grey, when a brave whaling ship and commander came out here and stole them away. All of the Perth boats were racing and making short tacks for the spot. When the Yankee tacked into Fremantle, she took the best prize of the lot. She sailed out with guns ready, intending the Yankee to take. They hoisted the Star-Spangled Banner, they left the Georgette in their wake. So remember those 6 Fenian heroes who sailed off for America, and join in a toast to the bravery of the Yankee who stole them away. Remember Perth Regatta Day. Take care of the rest of your Fenians, or the Yankees will steal them away.
Sorry about the slightly late start. It used to be that you just plug the campfire in and start.
Hello, Neurum! We We are so pleased to be here. It's just like you can't walk across this campsite quickly, can you? Because there's 400 people to talk to every time you take a couple of steps. So I never plan to do anything in particular at Neurum. Are you the same?
And especially when half of them have forgotten you were just walking past 5 minutes earlier.
It's just a hug festival. It's so lovely. But we're going to sing you a Scottish song now. We've been doing quite a bit of Scottish work with a Ceilidh band that we're in. We played last weekend as the Ceilidh Clan at Mulaney. And Emma's influence has meant, because she plays a lot of Scottish music, that we've put a few Scottish songs in the set. You might know this one, and if you do, we welcome you to sing along. It's a song about sailing across the sea to Skye, dressed as a woman when you're actually a man. Doesn't say a lot of that in the song, but it's actually the story.
I didn't know this song had cross-dressing in it.
Well, it's an implied cross-dressing, but when Bonnie Prince Charlie escaped to Skye with Flora MacDonald, she dressed him as her maid to get him away. So it was the most ignominious moment for the potential king, who ended up in France having a nice life, I think. I think that's how it all worked. But this is the bit where, you know, it was all happening. The Skyboat song. It's a real pleasure to be here, and we've been in a lot of places in the last couple of years, as you probably know. Even this year, we decided to go on a holiday to the UK. But last year, 2017 was only last year, wasn't it? It feels like 10 years ago now, but 2017 we actually did our farewell tour of the UK. And we were driving, most of the time we get pretty organised and we check the GPS.
Farewell tour.
It was our farewell tour. We even told them that. So we were driving across Dorset, which turned out to be a very wide county, and it took us a long time. And so by the time we got to the village of Tolpuddle, we thought we might as well drive through it because it's so famous in folk song, and actually nothing was open. As usual, when you're on tour, it's actually probably better to do things on the internet, really.
So we were talking. Oh, wow. Oh, complaining they couldn't see us.
Sorry, who couldn't see John Thompson in that jacket?
Most people complain that they've seen us too often. Okay, song. It's a song about people being thrown out of England for swearing an oath. Union, bad. Go to Australia. Song, Union, good. That's it, yeah.
This song has a chorus, and if you feel like you haven't had enough singing today, pop into this one.
They were exiled from England for swearing what was at the time an illegal oath. This song is dedicated to anyone who's ever been thrown out of home for swearing. Yes. Oh. Excuse me.
Nice jacket.
Isn't it awesome?
Nice buns.
I didn't come here to be spoken to like that.
Why, where do you normally go?
Here's a small gag I prepared earlier. Put it on. Now? Okay.
We just get that in tune. It'll make it easier to sing harmonies in the chorus.
Sorry. Song about oppression. Farewell to our families. It's now I must leave you, that far fatal shore. In chains we shall see. Although we are taken, do not be mistaken. As brothers in union, we shall be free. They can bring down our wages, starve all our children in chains. They can bind us and steal all our land. They can mock our religion, from our families divide us, but they can't
tall puddle land. To those who will rule us, we are the dissenters. Do your duty, be grateful, don't complain. We are taught, for God in His wisdom has divided the kingdom, for few to have much, while so many have naught. They can bring down our wages, starve all our children in chains. They can bind us and steal all our land. They can mock our religion, from our families divide us, but they can't break the oath of a tall puddle man. So brothers and sisters, with an oath we will bind us, the labor and poor, in all England shall rise. Though Crampton has framed us, he never will tame us, for prize men and women will yet win the prize. They can bring down our wages, starve all our children in chains. They can bind us and steal all our land. They can mock our religion, from our families divide us, but they can't break the oath of a tall puddle man. They can bring down our wages, starve all our children in chains. They can bind us and steal all our land. They can mock our religion, from our families divide us, but they can't break the oath of a tall puddle man. No, they can't break the oath of a tall puddle man.
I'm tired of playing the fiddle now, so I'm going to get a different instrument.
Oh! Sorry. What's that I hear you call? Play a different concertina, John.
Oh, do! That's not going to happen, is it?
Okay, little bird. Bring my own friends. Gonna sing you a song about a circus.
This is a song from Mulaney. It's actually from John Thompson, when he lived in Mulaney. There are lots of stories floating around the Blackhall Range, and you can often hear them by standing in the queue at the IGA.
You could call it the Black Hole Range, I suppose, and with reference to all of those people who go there and never come back. For those of you who care about such things, this is a different concertina. What do you mean it's top heavy? You mean that finely crafted bit of engineering?
Robbie up here on stage, like Dave's seen this before, Robbie went, geez, that's an interesting piece of kit.
Yeah, that rhymes with it.
It's real work good. I'm feeling very afraid.
I think the thing I like most about the concertina, yeah, I know, it's a long list, we all have one. The thing I like most about the concertina is that you can only tune it by having it sent away. Or by washing. And I know for a fact that that big one over there was tuned in 1973. I've met the man who did it. When he dies, I'll send it to someone else. So this is a song about a Scotsman called Bill Sinclair, who came out to Australia in the late 19th century, settled up near Witter, and when in the early 20th century a circus came to Landsborough, Bill went down with his family and took on the challenge of wrestling the bear for £10. And to preempt the question that is often asked after this song, we do not believe it was a koala bear, no. Ready? Come listen now, good people, here to a story of renown of the day 100 years ago when the circus came to town. Mr. Worth and all his gallant crew, they raised the big top high, and all the fun for miles around gathered under a canvas sky. And were you there in the clear night air when William Sinclair he fought the bear? Were you there to see William Sinclair when he wrestled the bear to the ground? There were dancing ponies and tumbling clowns, the best you ever did see. A lion tamer and a high wire act, a girl on a flying trapeze. There was a fat ringmaster in a big top hat, he slashed his whip through the air. With a roar and a growl, a cage went clang, shouts and the mighty bear. And were you there in the clear night air when William Sinclair he fought the bear? Were you there to see William Sinclair when he wrestled the bear to the ground? He was 10 feet high, he was 9 feet wide, a mountain of muscle and fur, a mighty beast just as black as the coal. The ground shook with his roar. Then the man with the whip, he called for quiet, not a sound from those who were there. I've a crisp 10 pounds for any man here, brave enough to wrestle a bear. And were you there in the clear night air when William Sinclair he fought the bear? Were you there to see William Sinclair when he wrestled the bear to the ground? Bill and his family had come to see the show, his youngest newly born, the strongest man to ever walk the range, to carry his weight in corn. He sized up the beast with a glance at his wife, he slowly raised his hand. I'll go, he heard himself say, then up struck the band. Stripped to the waist, Bill entered the ring, circling and bouncing around. First left then right till he lunged right in. The crowd didn't make a sound. They twisted and they turned as they wrestled and they grappled at the skin and the muscle and the hair. With a mighty roar, Bill threw Samson down. He raised his fist in the air. And were you there in the clear night air when William Sinclair he beat the bear? Were you there to see William Sinclair when he wrestled the bear to the ground? You've never heard a roar quite like it, the shouts in the midnight air. Bill was raised above all the heads of the crowd to the cheers of everyone there. the bear. And were you there in the clear night air when William Sinclair he beat the bear? Were you there to see William Sinclair when he wrestled the bear to the ground? And were you there in the clear night air when William Sinclair he beat the bear? Were you there to see William Sinclair when he wrestled the bear to the ground?
Now that John's done that, we're going to make him sing a gentle song. Do you think he can do it?
You can't make me do things on my own.
We're going to request that he sings a gentle song. Makes me do things.
No, it wasn't the pigeon.
Has everyone seen that John has a pigeon on his shoulder? That pigeon came all the way from St Paul's Cathedral, not the actual cathedral, you understand, the shop.
It started as a chip. Because pigeons sometimes eat. They've turned. Happens every gig. I forget that sometimes if I say things out loud, people can hear them. Do we leave the pigeon in for the tender love song?
Yes, it was.
What's wrong with you guys?
We're stand.
Festivals aren't the, heavy drug-using alternative lifestyle sort of thing they used to be. There's a huge container of pretzels out there and it's nearly full.
I think Angie's been replenishing that. I think this festival is doing exactly what it needs to do in terms of drugs and then feeding ourselves.
Okay, so I'll sing this tender love song for whoever shouted out, sing this song.
Thank you, darling.
By the hills and the winding streams, in the valley of Strathmore, where my love and I have been, where we wander nevermore. And if time was a thing man could buy, all the money that I have in store, I would give for one day by her side, in the valley of Strathmore. From the glen so golden and green, that I left for a land far away, where sadness has never been seen, and joy only past a day's pain. And if time was a thing man could buy, all the money that I have in store, I would give for one day by her side, in the valley of Strathmore. In Strathmore there's a long working day for a man with his hand on the clay, but it's work I'd be happy
So I'll take a long draught from my glass, for I'm drinking alone here again. I'll try not to think on my loss, for the old days, they'll come ne'er again. And if time was a thing man could buy, all the money that I have in store, I would give for one day by her side in the valley of Strathmore. Yes, if time was a thing man could buy, all the money that I have in store, I would give for one day by her side in the valley of Strathmore, in the valley of Strathmore. Oh, thank you. And now, of course, leads perfectly onto a song about animals. I think there's a valley in this song, which is probably right when it happens. I mentioned in the past that I have what I consider a great habit that others think it's a bit weird. I like to wake up in the morning and immediately look at my phone. Does anyone else do that? It'd be weird if you did, because why would you be looking at my phone? And I read news headlines, and often am inspired to write songs because of the headlines. And so the headline for this song said, in 1948, Idaho airlifted 76 beavers to a new habitat, dropping them via parachute. Yeah, of course, yeah. But yesterday I read another headline about hundreds of goats being airlifted to a new habitat, but without the parachutes. Useless goats. But they put harnesses on them, or harnai? Anyway, they put things on them and lifted them up into the air and transported them by helicopters because they had become addicted to the salt in human urine and sweat. Now, that doesn't deserve a song. But the thing that stuck in my mind was the idea of this goat in a harness being airlifted through the sky going, I knew this was my destiny. Anyway, back to beavers. Turns out that in 1948 there was a housing development in Idaho at a place called Payette Lake. Oh, okay. Thought somebody must have known about it. Anyway, they decided that they needed to move the beaver colony, otherwise they'd be destroyed by the housing development. And so they identified a spot off in the forest, Chamberlain Basin, and they thought that we should take them there and they can establish a new home. And so they thought, well, what if we put them on horseback in cages? Great, but as you all know, yeah, I can see you nodding, even on the inside. And the smell of beavers is upsetting to horses. Anyone here who has a horse, or no? And so he thought, well, but we can't use horses, so we'll have to use something else. And he realised we have a huge supply, for an unknown reason, we have a huge supply, the Ranger Service, of World War II surplus parachutes. What could be better? You've identified the obvious problem. How do you teach a beaver to go like this? And then roll up the parachute and hide it from the Germans. So I thought, well, that won't work. We'll need to establish some sort of way of attaching them to the parachutes. And the ranger, who went by the lovely name, a true story by the way, he went by the lovely name Elmo Heater. Mr. and Mrs. Heater saw their son and decided it doesn't matter what we call him, his last name's Heater. So they called him Elmo. Elmo thought, well, what if we make cages out of wicker? And we can put the beavers in the cages, and when they land, they can chew their way out. This is great. Beavers being beavers, they chewed their way out before boarding.
having retrieved the beavers using their obvious device, Elmo designed a cage that was made of metal and was designed so when it hit the ground, both ends would snap open and the beavers, 2 beavers each cage, could escape to safety. Great idea. We should test it, they thought. They chose the largest of the beavers and they named him Geronimo. They put Geronimo in a cage, they attached a parachute, they threw him out of an aircraft on a nearby landing strip, and he successfully landed and escaped the cage. They tested this over and over again, to be careful, to the point where when they would approach Geronimo, Geronimo would crawl into his cage, ready for another flight. Satisfied that it would work, they put it into effect. I wrote this song. I entered it into a parody songwriting competition at the Illawarra Folk Festival. A competition it did not win. There's a part of this song into which you are welcome to join. If you identify that bit, I'm very sorry. We hope you enjoyed it. It's a short piece. We like to keep it very much to ourselves. In 48 in Idaho, for houses the animals had to go. They turned for help to a man named Elmo, fish and game employee. What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? Throw him from an airplane. Beavers, they moved way too slow. From Pirate Lake they had to go. Their leader was called Geronimo. He was fine and brave and furry. What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? Throw him from an airplane. Elmo Hito was the man. Elmo had a cunning plan. I will do what no one else can, transplant all the beavers. What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? Throw him from an airplane. The beavers their demise were facing. They had to get to Chamberlain Basin. Against the clock Elmo was racing. We must save the beaver. What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? Throw him from an airplane. He thought of parachutes, we don't know why, to take the beavers through the sky. A dumb idea, but worth a try, a load of airborne beavers. What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? Throw him from an airplane. Elmo put them into boxes with automatic locks that opened when they hit the rocks as freedom for the beaver. What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? Throw him from an airplane. The beavers live there to this day. They tell their tales, they have their say. It is to Elmo that they pray, the sky god of the beavers. What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? Throw him from an airplane. What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? What shall we do with a homeless beaver? Throw him from an We're running over time, there's no time for an encore, so we're going to do one last song.
And we're going to invite a few friends on stage. There's a whole bunch of people that were a bit of a Gone Molly choir, and anybody who's down there at the moment that wants to come up and sing thousands or more with us, we'd love you to come up. So This is one of the songs we've been doing for ever such a long time. I think I may have learnt it from June Nichols in the deep, dark folk past of Brisbane. It's a song about how wonderful it is to not have too much or too little, but just enough, and to love having it with friends. So that is really exactly what I feel has happened
And
here
it's called
this weekend.
and it's called Porridge is my favourite food. And I know a couple of us only rocked in this afternoon, but we have been to this festival many times before, and can I just say, this is what weekends are meant to look like. Oh, and a little one, oh, just move the pigeon. Can I hold the pigeon? The euphemisms are flying thick and fast. Cock robin for anyone who's interested.
I want to thank Don, Ange, Keith and everyone else who volunteers and works on this festival. Thanks for putting this festival on. We love it. We also want to thank Dave and Mark who are doing sound and have been doing sound all weekend, you might have noticed. That's a long gig. Thanks, guys. You ready to sing?
And of course Hamish, who, as you can tell, doesn't like music. He's growing up in the wrong house.
Shall we?
Although I'm not rich and although I'm not poor, I'm as happy as them that's got thousands or more. Thousands or more. Thousands or more. Thousands or more. I'm as happy as them that's got thousands or more. We stand here before you all cheerful and gay, since we learned a new act to drive sorrows away. Sorrows away, sorrows away, sorrows away. Since we learned a new act to drive sorrows away. Bright Beavers arises so high in the sky, with his red rosy cheeks and his sparkling eye. Sparkling eye, sparkling eye, sparkling eye. With his red rosy cheeks and his sparkling eye. If you ask me for credit, you'll find I have none. With me bottle and friends, you will find me at home. Find me at home. Find me at home. Find me at home. With me bottle and friends, you will find me at home. Although I'm not rich and although I'm not poor, I'm as happy as them that's got thousands or more. Thousands or more. Thousands or more. Thousands or more. I'm as happy as them that's got thousands or more. Thousands or more. Thousands or more. Thousands or more. I'm as happy as them that's got
Shall we do one last goodbye song? It's one we have to sing with.
Circus of Desire!
See you.
Time is a tempest, and we are all travelers. We are all travelers. We are all travelers. Time is a tempest, and we are all travelers, traveling through the storm. Our cities are crowded, our forests are falling, war clouds above, angry voices are calling. 5 minutes to midnight, it's no time for stalling, it's time to share our load. So lift up your voices and sing of the wind and rain, sing of the wind and rain, sing of the wind and rain. Lift up your voices and sing of the wind and rain, traveling through the storm. For time is a tempest, and we are all travelers. We are all travelers. We are all travelers. Time is a tempest, and we are all travelers, traveling through the storm. They've poisoned the oceans, they've dammed the great rivers, they've killed all the jungles, they're takers, not givers. They call it progress, well it gives me the shivers. We're in for a winter that's cold. So lift up your voices and sing of the wind and rain, sing of the wind and rain, sing of the wind and rain. Lift up your voices and sing of the wind and rain, traveling through the storm. and we are all travelers. We are all travelers. We are all travelers. Time is a tempest, and we are all travelers, traveling through the storm. So brothers and sisters, we'll join hands together with love in our struggle. We'll face the foul weather, and when the sun shines through under blue skies we'll gather. Our journey will take us home. So lift up your voices and sing of the wind and rain. Sing of the wind and rain. Sing of the wind and rain. Lift up your voices and sing of the wind and rain, traveling through the storm. For time is a tempest, and we are all travelers. We are all travelers. We are all travelers. Time is a tempest, and we are all travelers, traveling through the storm.
Well, that's it, folks, for another Neurum Creek Music Festival. What a great festival it was. Don't forget to thank Ange and Don and Keith on your way out. Don't forget to do something kind and good to other people, like picking up some rubbish and doing all of that. Some of you are staying on here tonight. Some of us are all heading home. Be good to each other. Enjoy your lives. Take that music with you. And I'm about to go into the green room and write one more rule. There's a little rule book back there for MCs. There's a bit there where I can write, never work with children, animals, or John Thompson. All right, so that was Cloudstreet, ladies and gentlemen. A fit again to our festival.